Chapter 8. Unmasking the Deceiver. The air crackled with tension as Emily, Jessica, Alex, and Jake gathered in Emily's living room, their faces set in determined expressions. The recent events at Willow Creek High had shaken them to their core, and they knew that it was time to confront the mastermind behind the chaos that had engulfed their community. "We need a plan," Emily said, her voice steady. "We have to figure out who's behind all of this and why they're targeting us." Her friends nodded in agreement, their brows furrowed with determination. They knew that they couldn't afford to underestimate their adversary, and they were prepared to do whatever it took to uncover the truth. "We need to start by gathering information," Alex suggested. "We should talk to everyone who might have seen or heard something suspicious." Jessica nodded in agreement. "And we need to be careful. Whoever's behind this is playing a dangerous game, and we can't afford to let our guard down." With their plan in place, Emily and her friends set out to gather the clues they needed to unmask the deceiver who had been wreaking havoc on their lives. Little did they know, however, that their quest for justice would lead them down a path filled with danger and deception. As Emily and her friends delved deeper into their investigation, they found themselves facing obstacle after obstacle. The trail of breadcrumbs they had hoped to follow led them in circles, and they began to wonder if they would ever uncover the truth. But just when they were on the brink of giving up hope, a breakthrough occurred. A witness came forward with crucial information that pointed them in the direction of their adversary, and they knew that they were finally closing in on their target. With their hearts pounding in their chests, Emily and her friends set out to confront the mastermind behind the chaos that had consumed their community. They knew that the danger they faced was real, but they were prepared to face it head-on, no matter the cost. As they approached their enemy's lair, the tension in the air was palpable. With each step they took, they knew that they were drawing closer to the truth, and they braced themselves for the confrontation that awaited them. As they stood face to face with their adversary, Emily couldn't help but feel a surge of anger and betrayal. The girl standing before them, a former classmate named Lily, had once been a friend, but now she was nothing more than a puppet master pulling the strings from behind the scenes. "Why, Lily?" Emily demanded, her voice trembling with emotion. "Why did you do this to us?" Lily's expression was cold and calculating as she met Emily's gaze. "Because I wanted him," she spat, her eyes flickering with jealousy as she glanced at Jake. Emily's heart sank at Lily's words, a sense of sadness washing over her. She had never imagined that their friendship could be torn apart by something as trivial as a crush. "I couldn't stand to see him with you," Lily continued, her voice dripping with venom. "So I started spreading rumors, hoping to drive you apart. But it seems like you're stronger than I thought." Emily's jaw clenched with anger as she listened to Lily's confession. How could someone be so selfish, she wondered, to tear apart the lives of others for their own gain? With a heavy heart, Emily knew that their friendship with Lily was beyond repair. The girl standing before them was not the friend they once knew, but a stranger consumed by jealousy and bitterness. As they turned to leave, Emily couldn't help but wonder what would become of Lily. Would she ever find peace, or was she doomed to be consumed by her own darkness forever? Jake's fists clenched at his sides as he stared at Lily, his eyes ablaze with fury. "You did this because of me," he growled, his voice low and dangerous. Lily's gaze faltered under Jake's intense scrutiny, but she quickly regained her composure. "I did what I had to do," she retorted, her tone defiant. "I wasn't going to let anyone come between us." Jake shook his head in disbelief, his voice filled with scorn. "You're delusional, Lily. I never had feelings for you, and I never will. What you did was unforgivable." Emily placed a hand on Jake's arm, her eyes filled with sympathy. She could see the pain and betrayal written on his face, and it broke her heart to see him hurting. As Emily, Jake, Jessica, and Alex left Lily's house, the weight of betrayal hung heavy in the air. They couldn't believe someone they once considered a friend would stoop so low. The evidence of Lily's deception was undeniable, leaving them shaken and uncertain. Returning to Emily's house, they found Alex already there, his expression guarded as he awaited their return. Emily's heart sank at the sight of him, knowing that his presence only added to the turmoil they were facing. "Alex, what's going on?" Emily asked, her voice filled with concern. Alex hesitated for a moment, his gaze shifting uncomfortably. "There's something I need to tell you all," he finally admitted, his voice barely above a whisper. As Alex revealed the shocking truth, Emily, Jessica, Jake, and Alex himself were left reeling with disbelief. The revelation that Alex had been involved in orchestrating the chaos alongside Lily hit them like a sledgehammer, shattering the trust they had placed in him. "How could you do this?" Jessica demanded, her voice filled with hurt and anger. Alex hung his head, unable to meet their accusing stares. "I thought I was doing what was best for everyone," he admitted, his voice barely audible. "But I see now that I was wrong." As the weight of Alex's betrayal settled over them, Emily couldn't help but wonder how they could ever trust anyone again. With their friendships tested and their community in turmoil, they knew that they would have to stick together if they had any hope of overcoming the challenges that lay ahead.